When I was a teenager, I really liked taking bicycles apart, taking things apart and then rebuilding them. Was one of the things I really liked to do. Like I said, I did it with bicycles, but I also did it with like small motorbikes. And I think maybe we can see that as the base of me being a bicycle mechanic now. For now, I really love working on bikes as a job. On one side because I really like it, and it's a really nice way of getting in contact with the neighborhood. And on the other side, it pays the bills. But it's a nice way to pay the bills. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. About 6 years ago, I started with Velo. I started working in a small workshop in Antwerp with a couple of friends, and really fast I started combining it with working as a bicycle mechanic in the small bicycle shop in Deurne, which I knew that was a really good bicycle shop with a really good feel of the techniques and with a big love of bicycles. So I was really glad that I could start working there, and that place really was the place where I learned everything I needed to learn to become a professional bike mechanic. Being a bicycle mechanic is not my full-time job. On Monday and Tuesdays, I'm a teacher. I'm teaching in high school. My students are about between 15 and 18 years old, and I'm teaching them nothing that has to do with bicycles. It's just general knowledge, general course. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays, sometimes Saturdays when it's a busy week, I'm working in my workshop as a bicycle mechanic. My specialty is a couple of years ago I decided to build bikes with my own name on them. It's just really nice to see people cycling in the city with a bike with your name on. Besides that, it's a good way of publicity. And yeah, the idea about those bikes is that people can come to the workshop and assembly kind of bike together with me, or like design a kind of bike with me by their own taste. Everything depends a little bit about the frames that are available at that time. For example, now I have a lot of old 80s bicycle frames, female bicycle frames. So that's mostly what I'm doing now. I found this location about 4 years ago, when it was a year I was teaching as well in evening school at Sintra. People who wanted to become a bicycle mechanic, or just people who were interested on how to work on their bikes. And there was this guy, I knew him from before, and he was renting a place, he was renting a part of this workshop as well, and he told me that there was some extra space. So when I came in here, I quite fast decided to take it. I chose this location because I've been living in this neighborhood already for about 10 years. I really like the neighborhood, and it's a neighborhood that it can use an extra bicycle mechanic. At this moment, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm the only bicycle mechanic in this postal code in 2060. So yeah, everybody in 2060, you know where to find me. Since September 2019, I'm giving occasionally workshops in this coffee house. It's just Saturday mornings between 10 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. It's just people who want to learn how to repair a tire, how to maintain their brakes. It's like really the basics, but it's a really nice way of getting to know people. Yeah, it's a good way as for publicity as well for my company. Antwerp is a really good place to use a bike as a transportation. Why? Because the traffic, I'm sorry, pardon my French, but the traffic sucks in Antwerp. It's the fastest way to go from the one side of the city to the other side. It's impossible to cross the city faster with a car than with a bicycle. But let's say that the bicycle infrastructure, the cycling paths are not always the way you want them to be. I really like to cross the river, taking the tunnel underneath and then going to the left bank. It's also the place where you have the best view on the city. It's just outside of the city center. It's from where I live. It's about a 15-minute ride, and it just gives you a total different feeling of Antwerp. Things are way more quiet, especially in summer. There are places where you can go to swim. Yeah, nice places to sit and have a beer or just have a chat with friends, hang out. So yeah, if you want to cycle through Antwerp, it's your first time, go to the left bank. Yeah, it will give you another perspective of the city. Yeah.